Hey guys, welcome back. Got a special bonus video today that go outside of the regular scheduled videos. Wanted to share getting Bovus El Doro up to the 6-star mark. Could happen on the next one, so I wanted to capture this now. Let's go ahead and try. I've really seen a much higher rate of getting Bovus El Doro as I've 6-starred a few of the characters here. I've got a theory going on that potentially, I've got a couple of these going up above their next star level. Theory that after you 6-star some of the characters, if the roll would have resulted in that character, that instead you get Bovus El Doro. I can't confirm that, I haven't seen it anywhere else, but the odds of getting him for me has gone way up. Noticeably much higher. Some of these times 10 rolls I've had as many as 3 of the 5 or 3 of the 6 gold chests containing Bovus El Doro. So hopefully that'll be the case and we'll get it in this next one. But I wanted to be able to share that. He's really an incredibly powerful... I hear a lot of people ask about if there are any tricks to getting him any faster, and I think certainly the best thing is just to pump a lot of gold into the great summons. And you'll be working towards them eventually, especially as you get other characters up to that 6-star level. Now, of course, I've probably jinxed myself by telling you how much more common he's been. It's never a guarantee to get him, but we should see that last token showing up here quickly. I think I've gotten averaged more than 1 for every times 10 roll in the last group that I've been doing. So he should be coming up here quickly. Take a look. Hopefully, usually get through those silver chests first. I wanted to give a little bit of background information on the portal as well there. So, finally got him to that 6-star level. It did take a lot of gold, and that's part of what I wanted to talk about as well. Just so that everyone else has a good, I guess, idea of what it's going to take. So far, I believe I put somewhere between 40 and 60 million gold into the Great Summons. So that's on the order of what it took for me to get him to that 6-star level. Again, not 100% sure. I'm dumping in, I'm not often keeping track of it exactly, but that's about what it took. So we'll be able to get through and unlock him here in just a second. And I did have a couple other things to talk about the Great Summons portal here as well. We'll get through this times 10 and then look at the hero drops. So there's a few things you wouldn't expect. So it does say that you can get common items, hero tokens, or a chance for a full hero unlock if you have a VIP, if you're a VIP player, if you've spent some money and unlocked some level of VIP. It is very uncommon to get full unlocks. So I think out of that entire amount of gold that I've put in, I've only seen maybe 15 or 20 full unlocks. It just doesn't come up all that often. But one thing you'll notice here, and I think I talked about it in another video, there's no King Yorick anywhere in the portals, in any of the portals that I've seen. Possibly he shows up in VIP portal at some point. He's never showed up there for me so far. So the strange thing that I observed is that I've actually had full unlocks for King Yorick in this portal, even though he doesn't show up here. So just wanted to point that out. I've had it happen at least twice in the last, major group of rolls that I've been doing in these portals. I stopped recording them. That take a whole bunch of time and aren't particularly interesting, so I'm not recording them, but even in the last half an hour when I was going through this, I was able to get a full unlock for him. So just wanted to point that out. That is possible. I got 15 tokens, I think, each time for his full unlock. That was a nice bonus. So I think that's most of it for here. Let's go ahead and look at that 6-star level for Bovus El Doro. Been enjoying getting some of the characters up to this level, and as I've mentioned before, after you get a few, it just increases that speed of getting the rest of them up there all the more. Fewer characters in the portal makes it easier to get each one of them up to that next level. Alright, so we've got his stats right now. The nice thing, even that about 10% bump we're going to see, it does makes a huge difference, especially for things like defense. So we're going to have the defense go up above 1400. Let's look at do an upgrade now. So he's at just about 1430 for defense, a really decent defense level, especially considering that he's armored. He's got about 4,500 health now, a very respectable 1700 attack. And then, you know, going along with those being a fairly hard character to do damage to in general, he's also got that field dressing, so he's regaining life back each time. He's now 6-star and fully ascended, and all these skills are maxed out. So a nice character to have. I have been bringing him on and off as I test out a couple different variations for the defense team, and he can really be a great character to have in there. Partly due to Stampede, to push everybody's main attacks back another turn, and then also just because he's so difficult to wear down, and field dressing keeps him going. So very excited to have him at that 6-star level. Also a character that I use a lot of times when I'm auto running through levels, just because that, being difficult to take down and that field dressing really keeps him going when I'm auto attacking through levels. Alright, one more thing I wanted to add. I talked about in one of the previous videos the Tower of Ponage and the fast team and how you can get energy back just entering in and closing out of levels. One thing I wanted to point out, so we'll start down here and we see that we've got an all normal speed team that we're going to be going up against. So we'll bring in that fast team, and I wanted to show, for now it's situational who I'm going to be using for the fast team depending on who's in there, but I do have some favorites. And the biggest reason is because I can get multi-person attacks with each of these. So if I keep them going, if I do something like this and I use Black Diamond's attack right away, and it goes to cooldown, but say it wipes out 2 or even 3 of the defenders right away, I don't need to use the other multi-person attacks, which means I don't have to refresh, I don't have to go back in and out and refresh those attacks. I can just move up Masuta Kira, and if I've gone through a few rounds, even, I'll go back here, Willow Swift, and have her third, her Arrow Barrage, all ready to go, so that, that becomes the new main multi-person attack. And then as well, the second attack for Shadow Blade does much less damage, but at least you can hit 3 targets. And many times when you've done some other area effect attack, then there's not that much more that you've got to do. Just finish them off. So we'll use this group real quick, just to talk about it. But that's the idea. You have as many of these fast characters with multi-target attacks as possible, and you can shift through them so that you don't have to just refresh Black Diamond's multi-person attack over and over again. You can shift through and do the other ones, probably wipe out multiple characters with theirs as the first or second attack as well, and not have any trouble. Now, I don't have Indigo yet. I do have some VIP summons that I can use before too long, so I should have her in my party before long as well. So there, we took all of them out. We used up her multi-person attack, but we could still use the other 2 if we had gone through a series of building up everyone's energy. So I could do that on the next round, get all of their attacks, go in and out, say 4 or 5 times, get all of their attacks up and ready, and then I'd be ready to go through a couple levels. That way I don't have to do 4 or 5 refreshes every time. So that was the only point I wanted to make. Hopefully that's clear, and I just thought that again will speed up the process. And the talk about Indigo again, her second attack is very much like Arrow Barrage, so she's going to have a multi-person attack as well. So I'd probably switch her in for Shadow Blade, and then I would have 4 characters with really solid attack, multi-person damage attacks, and you can just rotate through those for a lot of these floors with characters that are much lower level or lower star level, and probably not have to do refreshes very often at all after you get going with that process. Alright, that's it for now. Just wanted to send that extra information out. Hopefully that's helpful. I appreciate joining in for that 6-star Bovus El Doro. Good luck to everybody else as you're working your way up through there. Thanks again for all the support. Appreciated all the comments and just the community around this channel. So big shout out and thanks for all of that. We'll talk to everyone soon. Thanks again for watching.